Awakening activated.
There's a place at the end of the
road. 2018 GSL Season 3 Rockshear. 2018 GSL Season 3. This is Rockshear. Are you ready? Get up, get up! Get up, get up! Get up, get up!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day of the GSL Code S. We are halfway through the round of 16. We have 3 Protoss today, 1 Zerg. Artos is feeling that this is going to be the ascension of Leenock.
Well, I mean, that already began in the round of 32, right? But you can't completely ascend without going through the round of 16 as well.
That's right. This
By
is
the
true.
Way, the real group of death tonight, Tasis. People talking like that other group. This group here, what, Dark Gumiho Rogue Innovation? I mean, it's pretty good. Okay, it's like the best Zerg and the second best Zerg and the one of the best Terrans and the other one of the best Terrans. I mean, it's a good group. There's no question. It turned out really nice. There was obviously Rogue getting out and Gumiho with that nice second place, which gives us a very interesting round of 8 starting off here. But let's not forget that we are switching one of our days. Round of 8-2 will be the Maru Gumiho. First place from today, second place from Saturday.
Yeah, that's going to be moved to Sunday because Maru is going to be in Jakarta representing Korea at the Asian Games. I'm very excited about that, but we cannot have Maru everywhere at once, so we're going to bump that back one day. Anyways, going on to today's games. Zest, Leenock, Trap, and Hero.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, and you just saw that round of 8 bracket, right? And you got to ask yourself, who left in this tournament can stop Rogue? I'm going to tell you right now, it might be a purple-haired Zerg. That might be the guy who can stop Rogue.
You're not being specific enough. I mean, all the purple-haired Zergs that are out there. Okay, guys, we got a quick video, then we're going to jump into these games. Enjoy.
조정 선수님 마이크 잡아주시고 개인적으로 좀 좋아하는 종족 있으세요?
좋아하는 종족은 테란이긴 한데 지금 남은 사람들이 너무 다 쟁쟁해가지고 저를 원하는 사람이 있는지 좀
요즘 성욱이 형이 저거 뽑을 폼이 아닌 것 같던데.
근데 만약에 뽑아주면 이길 자신 있어요?
아 저는 너무 고맙죠.
아니 그럼 여기서 뽑아주기만 하면 그냥 보너스예요?
뭐 일단 승자조에서 봐야죠.
아 너무 좋죠. 성욱이 형이라서 그런 게 아니고 그냥 프로토스전에 자신 있어가지고.
와 라이너 주성욱.
Hello. I would like to play against Zest. I'm quite confident in PvC. I just would like to play against it.
일단 여기서 저프전 밸런스가 이미 나왔어요.
네.
근데 영상이랑 달라요. 영상 때 실패했거든요.
솔직히 저 이제 준혁이랑 동영이랑 두고 고민한다는 것 자체가 너무 자존심이 상하는데.
자 그렇다면요 마음의 결정 끝났어요? 조성 선수? 아니면 조금 더 뭐 이야기를 한번 들어볼래요?
저를 원하는 선수 중에 뽑으려고요. 좀 행복한 조를 만들고 싶어가지고.
와 그러면 김준혁 아니면 이동영인데.
준혁이가 얘기했잖아요. 자기가 저보다 낫다고. 그러면 덜 나은 사람 뽑아야지 않겠습니까?
이렇게까지 성욱이 형을 도발할 생각은 없었는데 동영이 형이 저렇게까지 말하시니까 동영이 형 뽑아주세요.
양보. 자 준혁 선수 과연 누굴 뽑을지. 자 이야기는 좀 적극적으로 좀 이야기 많이 해놨거든요.
말만 그렇게 하고 이 아닌?
설마.
근데 이러고 설마 주성호를?
설마. 야 오늘 이동영 선수 직전 성공인데요. 만족스럽습니까? 그래도 이동영 선수가 들어와서.
동영이한테 질 거면 16강에서 떨어져야죠.
이동영 선수가 선택할 수 있는 권한이 주어졌습니다.
개인적으로 진짜 삼토스랑 하고 싶다 한조 그런 생각을 했는데 근데 성욱이 형도 뭐 푸푸전 괜찮다고 하시더라고.
그냥 지조도 뽑아주시면 그냥 괜찮을 것 같아요. 그리고 아까 쉬는 시간에 저한테 통보를 하시더라고요.
네.
저 뽑겠다고.
아 그래요?
그래서 뽑을 것 같아요.
글쎄 너무 행복해요. 둘이 굉장히 친해졌는데요.
저는 사실 A조가 제일 땡기긴 하는데
주호형 오시면은 토스 많은 조로 보내드리겠습니다.
네 C조 가고 싶습니다. 성욱이도 저 괜찮아 할 거고 저도 이빨 다 빠졌거든요 요새. 그래서 동영이 형님이 뽑아주셨으면 감사할 것 같습니다.
와 여기서 이동영 선수가 지금 고민 끝에 김주호 나가 있어.
예상이 되긴 해요.
자, 거의 뭐 버선발로 뛰어나가는 김주호.
무릎까지
바로 조정우 선수가 지금 선택이 됐습니다.
괜찮은 것 같아요.
괜찮아요?
네, 일단 지명권도 한 번 있고
예.
괜찮은 것 같고 또 어차피 뭐 고민했다고 하시는데 저 어차피 뽑힐 줄 알아가지고
진짜 이제 뽑혔다고 생각하시죠?
그럼요, 100%죠 이제.
그 아까 전에 이신영 선수 끌려갔을 때 어땠어요?
남의 일이잖아요. 너무 슬퍼 보이더라고요.
바로 들어가서 선수를 지명해 주시 부탁드리겠습니다. 아마 좀 이게 같은 팀원이다 보니까 여기서 같은 거 준비됐잖아요 벌써.
네, 마지막.
설마. 별수 없지요.
이동영이 원하는 대로 됐어요.
이동영 선수의 오늘 큰 그림이
3토스.
3토스까지 완성이 되면서
완벽.
네, 김준 선수 너무 행복해하고 있어요.
(2018) GSL Season 3. This is Rockshear. I'm gonna risk it all.
All right, we're about to jump into our first match. Again, 3 Protosses in this group, 1 Zerg. Kind of an interesting situation here for Leenock as he only has to prepare for 1 matchup. That being said, all these Protoss players have very different approaches to ZVP, or PvZ, I should say.
Yeah, it's certainly true. And the PvP aspect of the group is just fascinating as well because they are such different players in that regard. What a girl wants. Is that backwards so that if he takes a selfie in a mirror that you can
That's what I was wondering.
Is that how mirrors work? I don't even know, actually. Anyways, Zest, of course, the runner-up, right, of GSL. And he picked Leenock, which, I mean, we saw the little group selection thing. I thought that was pretty funny, but I don't know if that was the greatest pick for Zest.
You know, it's funny because Zest is such a great player and was at one point in time dominating everything we thought he was going to win BlizzCon. Of course, he did not, but had a very strong year. Whereas you look at Leenock, this guy's one of the most old-school StarCraft 2 players we've ever had.
Yeah.
He's been here since the very beginning. He's been in so many Code S's, I've lost count, to be frank.
Yeah.
But he's looking very fresh. He's looking really good this season.
Yeah.
A lot of people are giving you some shit for saying, oh, he might win this. But honestly, he did look pretty good.
Oh,
he did look really impressive. More impressive than I'm used to seeing him play.
He's amazing right now. There's no question about that. His games in the round of 32 are the best games he has ever played by miles. And I'm hoping that he can continue it. We'll see going up against Zest here. Map 1, Lost and Found, then Blue Shift, Acid Plant. That's some more specific things to say, but the game is starting, Tasteless.
All right, let's do this. Zest versus Leenock, Game 1.
Match 1. Fight. Zest.
Yes, the runner-up.
Leenock.
Going up against maybe the champion, we'll see. But I think that today for Leenock, the most important thing is going to be being very careful against very, very sharp timing attacks.
We were talking about how he only has 1 matchup to prepare for since it's all Protosses, but his ZVP is going to be out there for the other Protosses to study, so I think he's going to have to be not only just solid in the matchup overall, but probably have a variety of different styles. You got to think, okay, if he wins this match, even if he loses, it doesn't matter where he goes, to the next phase of the group, the other Protoss players are going to be watching and looking for any kind of holes, any kind of patterns they can exploit.
Yeah, you know, specifically about tonight, right? I definitely favor Leenock to get out of this group. For me personally, I look at the group and I say Leenock trap. But specifically for Leenock, because I think this is the interesting thing, having 3 different Protosses, Hero and Zest don't really play a fantastic late game PvZ.
Okay.
They're not late game players. These guys are sharp timing attack type players. So he needs to be most careful earlier on. Trap, I think, is a little bit more full-formed in PvZ. He kind of has a bigger range. So that might almost be easier in a way for Leenock, because he can maybe just get into a regular game there. So I think it's going to be fun to see how Leenock approaches this, but I think he is just going to have to play it reactively here.
Okay, we have that Overlord coming in there. It's going to be a Stargate opening for Zest, so everything pretty standard so far. Over here for Leenock, he is getting his 3rd hatchery. Zergling speed is on the way. So we'll probably have a couple Oracles made. We have seen Phoenixes get more popular, at least getting one of them nowadays, to just try to drive away all the Overlords on the map, to darken the map so that if Protoss does decide to attack, which they eventually are going to have to do, but when that time comes, they can surprise a Zerg a little bit more easily.
Yeah, and Zest is someone who took that to a whole new level with the Phoenix play, and we'll see if he goes for anything like that here today. Now, Leenock is actually getting a Baneley Nest very quickly and making some extra lings. Okay, Zest does not do any sort of shade inside or anything like that. Will this be like a great... Yeah, Leenock's going for it, man. He's going to go all in here.
I think this is smart. Get the aggressive builds out early on in the best of 3. Now the shade's coming. I don't believe he's going to finish this.
Yeah, I think he... No? Oh,
he's
okay.
going to send it back. But honestly, I mean, it's kind of the wrong way to even take it, right? Now that this crazy attack's coming here right away from Leenock, let's see if Zest is going to be ready.
Ooh, I mean, he went Phoenix first.
Yeah.
And that's obviously not where you want to be at. He's going to finish this wall now. But, I mean, this is going to be incredibly difficult to hold. Warp Gate is nowhere near done. He just got his Oracle.
Keep in mind, there's going to be more and more Lings coming out. Even if the Oracle is the natural counter to the Lings, but if you have too many Lings, I mean, eventually that Oracle runs out of energy. So the Banelings are being made. They have not been spotted yet.
No. He's going to be able to bust through here pretty quickly. Just those Lings sitting exactly like that could
By the way,
tell something.
It might be stopped before it starts, but Zest was going for a timing attack of his own, but already this rush is activated. He's got a surround over here on this Adept. The Banelings going toward... Whoa!
Chi-Chi?
So much for play-by-play there. GG, he sees what's coming at him and taps out.
All right, well, I was talking about Leenock maybe having to be careful about sharp timing attacks. Zest was planning one there.
Yes.
He was going for a bunch of gateways, getting his robo. He didn't have gases at his natural. He was doing something insanely aggressive, but Leenock knocking him off of his feet before he can actually even get that going. So that was pretty sharp. I don't know how much we'll see that tonight out of Leenock, but a good way to open for sure.
Beautifully done there. Okay, well, that's annoying for Zest. Zest didn't even get to do what he had planned because that attack came so quickly from Leenock. Leenock actually disguised that pretty damn well. In fact, there was almost something to having that many Lings just right outside the front. You know what I mean? Where it's like, well, that would be almost too obvious, right? You want to have the Lings kept away,
I know
but
what you mean.
yeah, totally pulled the rug out from under Zest. We're going to go to our next map. Let's do this, game 2. Zest versus Leenock. What are you giggling about, Joseph?
Zest.
Just see you over there smiling.
How funny it would be if Leenock just Baneley busts him again and it's over in like 3 minutes. I'm like, I don't feel like we've even started the day.
Yeah.
Already into game 2. Zest saying if he loses Leenock, he should be out in the round of 16.
Leenock.
I think people are not updating their appraisals of players quickly enough. When you see someone play as well in the round of 32 as Leenock did, I don't think you pick him early on. So good luck to you, Zest.
Leenock support here. So we have the probe coming out right away to slow down the placement of the hatchery. Does put one pylon down. I was about to say he might try to do that. So this puts Zerg in, it's not a huge dilemma, but then Zerg has to say, okay, well, where am I going to put my next hatchery? Am I going to try to get rid of this pylon first? Ooh, good blocking there, by the way. Leenock ready to try to block out that probe. Okay, so he cancels the pylon, but again, Leenock's hatchery is late. So Leenock is actually going just north of this position here. He's going to put his hatchery, the location that normally a third base would be taken here.
And, you know, he's gotten his gas and pool before his hatchery because he kind of was forced into this by Zest. So things going according to Zest's plan so far, but I don't think that Leenock is going to be, like, too incredibly upset about this. Wow, Leenock actually has a winning record on Zest in Legacy of the Void. I wasn't aware of that.
Huh. It's interesting. I actually would have guessed it would have been the other way around, but
Yeah.
thing is, Leenock's an all-around solid guy. I mean,
well, his ZVP has always been pretty good. Like, I think what really held him back for a very long time was his ZVT.
yeah, I think that's fair. He has a pretty specific late game, too. Like, the way he controls Broodlords is kind of different when you look back on it.
It is, yeah.
Compared to, he has more of like a turtling style with it. He doesn't always push as much.
He's definitely got a certain feel to him. Do you remember the player Yu-Gi-Oh?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that slightly.
Yeah.
Just talking about like the Broodlord feel, like the way that he moves them. Yeah. So the Robo right there in the wall underneath the Overlord. Obviously Zest is aware that he sees that. That is a quick Robo. Oh boy.
Okay, I actually was doing a double take there. I'm like, do I just not see the Adept there?
Yeah.
That is that top part of the cybernetics core actually tall enough to hide the Adept? I had never noticed that before. No. He has nothing there to defend, so he had to block in his own base. The Adept is now going to go into the main. These drones are pretty vulnerable. Looks like he's going to actually go for Lings first. I'm kind of surprised by this.
There's only 2, so you can actually clear him super easily. There's no queen up here. He actually finishes that shade. Going towards the third.
That almost seems like Zest never thought he was going to get in there, and then it just happened.
Zest is making some things happen with this Adept. This is a legit Adept.
Yep, it's going to shade away.
Tons of scouting and everything as well. Now, what I find kind of interesting here, right? He blocked the hatchery for a bit. He forced out the quicker pool and everything from Leenock, but then he immediately makes the Robo to go with that. So as we see an Immortal on the way, a couple sentries, right? Are we going to see like an old school push here? Is he just going to harass with a War Prism? Because we don't have additional gates, so it
we're
feels
still
to me
waiting.
like, it's just going to be like some harassment with an Immortal.
Well, sometimes
and
when you do stuff like this, you can force a Zerg to overreact and overdefend, and that can be another really efficient way to do this. We have the Twilight Council coming down here.
Yeah, this is kind of neat. Like, I think he's going to go into a massive charge all in from here, but I could absolutely be wrong
we're
about
still
that.
waiting for those gateways to come down. I mean, when you look at just this, it seems like it's more. Let's see what we can get done with this.
Look at what Leenock's doing.
Oh, wow.
That is a very quick drop, Overlord. He's getting a Roach Warren. Like, this could just be a massive attack coming in with a Queen drop. I'm not sure, though. Or, I mean, you could always do a Ling drop. Oh, that is what he's doing, actually. Never mind.
Okay, the Warp Prism's out. This is kind of a funny-looking little harass. You know, I think well, you know what's weird about it? Okay, there's the gateways, Artosis.
Yeah,
So
it is a massive charge all in.
I was about to say, a lot of times, it's kind of old, but it's still, I think, pretty good, is to try to get the force field up on the ramp and start getting the warp ins and trying to do that. But this is a delayed timing attack.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because I think, I don't know, if you're the Zerg, don't you feel like this is a little bit suspect seeing the Warp Prism and the 2 sentries coming out and saying, oh, what are you trying to do here?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I think that you can kind of look at it and say this could be setting up for a charge all in, but look at how many Lings he's actually getting into this main base.
This is a very high number.
Obviously, this tells him a lot. Now, where do the warp-ins occur? They actually occurred at the front so far, but 4 more gates turning into warp gate mode, so he can warp in some units to deal with this at least. But this is some pretty significant damage thus far.
Yeah, it looks like he actually does not want to use warp-ins back at home, but instead wants to try to get this out. By the way, Artosis, he could actually get the pylon. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah.
He needs to back that up.
Oh man, Zest is in serious trouble here.
If he loses that, the entire
game is
over. Game, is lost. Okay, I was worried he was going to get that pylon and stop charge, which would completely neuter the rush.
Yeah, without charge, this rush is not anywhere near as scary.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, he's got Lings, Roaches, Ravagers, Queens, just about everything he needs right now.
I almost spat out my coffee. That Corrosive Bile went right on top of that sentry and popped it.
Oh, man. Well, does continue to break some forest fields. He's kind of holding this nice little ramp right now.
Now, as far as development goes from Zest, he's stagnant for the time being. He's just making attack units to try to pull this rush off. Was he going to try to ferry this over here?
He's only got 27 workers.
He needs to actually
that's not
either commit or...
Yeah.
Oh, I see what he's doing. He's going to go into the main, warp in there, and then have those remaining Zealots maybe hit the third base.
Yeah, this makes some sense. Like, you've got to send units up to deal with 2 Immortals plus some Zealots. All right, let's see what he can get done now.
2 Zealots there.
Yeah, look at this.
We were going to have a little bit more. Okay, this is smart. So he's gunning down the workers over here. Now he's going to try to push up. Now, the Roaches and Ravagers should be heading towards this position right over here.
Oh my god, he's going to be able to just get that layer, I think, because
I
the
think
rest
he might
of
be right.
the rest of the Zealots are so scary. Okay, some of the units have been split off. Oh my god, it's so low though.
Actually, he might want to just try to target
Yeah,
that
I
down.
think
That
he
is
should-
so low.
He should right-click it.
Well, actually, I think he's decided, Artosis, that he can actually fight this and stay here. It is just Roaches and Ravagers. Immortals counter that pretty well. He's juggling the Immortals back and forth. The Zealots are still hitting the hatchery over here on the side.
Yeah, I mean, the Immortals are doing amazing work here. Looks like everything else is held.
Okay, this is getting pretty scary. That layer is so low on HP.
Yeah. Can Leenock actually save this? That layer could have been picked off so unbelievably easily.
It looks like
I think he's still going to get it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to run over you there, Artosis.
Yeah.
I was getting worried because I only see one Ravager here. Okay, the layer is going to go down. I think he might as well just keep pushing here, man. If you take out the layer, that's like one of the 3 production facilities that Zerg had, right?
Yeah. Well, that's a huge amount of his tech as well, right?
Yeah.
And this Immortal Warp Prism has been worth so much.
When we zoom out big picture here, not a single probe was made during that attack. In fact, he's just now getting his 2 extra workers. It's 31 workers right now for Leenock, so his economy's looking pretty sparse as well.
That is true, but I guess both of them have some tools that are like really efficient. Like these 2 Immortals in the Prism are insane, and then Ravagers are pretty insane in this situation as well. Oh my god, he's setting up another drop for the main base.
Yeah. Well, this has been a pretty scrappy game on both sides here.
Yeah.
I mean, they're coming out of this pretty bruised on both ends. But yeah, he's going to ferry over more of these Lings inside the main. Now, it looks like 2 are just now in vision, so
he sees them.
He got the tip off before the attack could even start here, so I think this is going to be a manageable number here. Leenock not able to punch back as fiercely. Oh, God, look at that.
Well,
I forgot that the spawning pool is even back there, but he's going to get the spawning pool knocked off, which is just another thing not going well for Leenock here.
Yeah, no more Zerglings. Can't remake your layer. A lot of bad things going on, but hold on! He's going to maybe get the Prism!
Oh, I think he can get it. No, he can still get it, right?
No, you can.
How much room is down there?
You can recall that.
Oh, yeah. All right. I thought he was going to try to loop around, but yeah. No, you're right. He recalls it back.
Strikes again.
Yeah.
So many.
I think to this day I'm still not used to it when I'm casting. I'm like, oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. No, it's... Anytime you think something's screwed, you got to remember that Protoss has recall.
Yeah.
You think the game's over, Taste?
No. Okay, so...
Look at that 1 health. Oh my gosh.
Things are looking great here for Zest, but he still needs to close this out. Now, Leenock did not reclaim his main base. Instead, he's expanded over here to the very top left. That's a location that Zest may neglect to check for a little while, since it's not even the natural place you'd expand to next as Zerg. You would probably be expanding to that place adjacent to the main.
Yeah.
Well, hold on a second. He's just going right up here. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
looks like he turns. He's
It was just
checking out the
coincidence.
watchtower.
I thought maybe he had vision of that or something. Okay, another attack over here from Zest, hitting these workers.
Yeah, it seems like, well, I like that Leenock is continually trying to harass, but it doesn't seem like much is truly getting done during these little attacks. Okay, saves the space for the time being.
You got to see if this Warp Prism is
man,
unintentionally going to graze over this
Oh
hatchery.
my god, oh my god,
oh my
barely didn't. Oh, that was so close!
Okay, we didn't catch it on camera, but he just went just below where the hatchery was.
Yeah, I was watching that vision circle.
Yeah,
barely,
it was crazy.
Barely
Yeah, see, he didn't see it.
Jeez.
Okay, this is kind of killing me, watching this Warp Prism just go just outside of where this needs to be. Leenock might want to keep these Ravagers back and hope that he's going to try to do a warp in, and that's when you gun this down and the attack is over.
Yeah, I think Zest, seeing that many Ravagers, has no interest whatsoever. If he loses that, the game is not in a good place anymore.
Nice by Zester. He's got these Stalkers on patrol. Looks like these Lings are still going to get unloaded, but some Zealots are going to be warped in to combo with those Stalkers. And actually, this is beautifully done. He takes out the Overlord. He'll get the rest of that as well here.
Now, a lot of Ravagers have been made by Leenock. This is base calling.
Whoa,
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
Oh! He got it! He got it!
That's a big deal. Just not having a Warp Prism makes it harder to micro everything. But now the Ravagers actually really do have a shot here.
Yeah.
As we've seen Haas do plenty of times, Warp Prism with Immortals can kill Infinity Ravagers. But
okay, he's going to try to come around here. Now, these Immortals and Archons can actually snipe the Queens. The Queens are pretty integral to this attack.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal to lose those queens. That was a lot of transfusion energy you won't be able to use now. But this third base, at minimum, will die. Leenock needs to push for a win, though. He doesn't have, like, a follow-up here.
Okay, he's coming in here. He's hitting pretty hard. Now, Zest can kind of use some of that Nexus as a wall. The the force fields do come down here. Archon stepping over that.
An insane amount of corrosive biles going down, but it doesn't seem like anything is going to end up being enough here.
Yeah, this almost ended before it started here. You can see it's just Ravagers kiting, which is never a pretty picture. They're not really that good at this. So, GG, we're going to go to game 3. Nicely done there by Zest.
Yeah, and Zest kind of showing that style as to be expected. Very, very aggressive attacks coming out of him. Timing attacks. He's not going to make 10 Immortals and Psy Storm. You know, it's not one of those games that we're looking at here, and I don't think we're going to see much of any of that out of him and Hero tonight. So Leenock, it seems like so far he's played pretty aggressively in a couple games now, but I feel like he does need to just pull back a little bit here, block whatever Zest is doing, and if he doesn't, then I mean, you know that he practiced hard for this.
Okay, we're going to go to Acid Plant for map number 3 with these two. Been a pretty much a brawl fest with these two guys. I mean, they come out swinging right away.
I was going to say, this has been pretty much a brawl fest.
Yeah, they took the words right out of your mouth, huh? Yeah. No, seriously, these guys have been really just coming in there swinging, man. Yeah. Let's go to game 3.
Match 3.
Winner goes on to the winner's match. The losers are losers. Nobody's eliminated yet. But, yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm with you. They're both really trying to monster punch each other, but nobody's going to the moon tonight.
That's right.
Zest.
I feel like it's one of those cartoons where the two people are trying to fight and they punch each other at the same time, and you slow down, you see both their jaws like dislocating.
That's right, teeth fly out.
Yeah. Double KO.
Leenock.
Leenock looking sharp tonight.
That's right.
He's got patience glasses on.
That's what he gets if he beats Innovation. You get his glasses.
Yeah.
So when you beat Gumi Hole, you get the towel he uses to clean his hands.
Those big round glasses really have come into
They're very popular out here in Korea.
Yeah. Every time I see someone that's wearing them without the lenses, though, tasteless.
Are people still doing that out here?
Yeah, I see it sometimes.
I
want to do the Three Stooges double eye poke. Like, hey. And when they're suddenly blinded because I poked them in both their eyes and they're screaming.
Yeah, and they need real glasses.
Like, hey, maybe you should have had lenses in there.
Well, Laza's watching. From Russia, thank you for coming down. I think I'm going to get glasses without lenses in them just to piss you off, Artosis.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Make sure you have tape in the center.
Exactly. Some big, thick ones.
I think that would look good on you. Especially with your haircut like this. You can be some army issue
I could be a hacker man. Okay, well, let's see what happens with these two. We did have Leenock win with that timing attack, but it seemed like Zest harass in game 2 was pretty solid. He actually got in there. He got the layer, which is kind of crazy. It's almost when you've gone past it, we call it harass, to like, he's just completely taking out this position. Zest kind of...
Yeah, the Immortal drop was really strong. Like, all the other units did get cleared. I was a little bit nervous for Zest just for a moment, because it was like the layer was so low, and then Leenock got a lot of units up there and seemed like maybe he can hold it.
And then the Warp Prism went down. We were like, oh, wow, that's exactly what he needed. And then we just see the push come in. We're like, yeah, that was never going to work anyways.
Burrow.
Oh, interesting.
Burrow tasteless.
Huh. This early, too.
This is
like
awesome.
really, really, really early. Oh, and a Roach.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So maybe a Roach Burrow rush. This is like a very unbelievably old build that you'll see.
Yeah. This is like...
No one gets cannons early on. No one gets Robo generally that early. And then you have to make observers and stuff. So kind of definitely an interesting build to be seeing coming out of Leenock here. I'm excited.
Well, this is going to be fun. I mean, this is one of these things that's probably not even a factor right now in Zest's mind.
Oh, no, totally. This is not something you'd think about.
No, I mean, you're not like, oh, I wonder if he's getting roaches and burrow. But, you know, it's, let's see. Let's see if this trips Zest up.
Ooh, it's an old school Archon drop with the Dark Shine. This is actually going to be a build that's probably pretty good against this, right? Because Leenock is not getting a layer. So the DTs could just be an auto win.
Yeah.
Like the DTs would not only hold the roaches, but also kill.
It's one of these concepts where the Zerg is so invested in the attack that you have to factor out the possibility that Protoss might be doing something down and dirty to you as well.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, this could actually flip the game upside down, where even though the attack from Leenock is actually pretty scary, doesn't matter if there's an invisible unit just killing everything back at home, right?
I have to say, I find it interesting that Leenock is prepared in this way for Zest. I feel like the style he's using tonight, if he uses against Trap, I think it would give him a really high win rate.
It seems like it's engineered to take down a really solid, well-rounded player. So unless he has something really crazy or crazier.
Yeah, this is just not going to work.
Oh my god, I just missed it.
Oh, wow.
Can you believe that?
Well, he sees roaches now.
Yeah.
Okay,
all right, the force field goes down to try to sandbag the attack, but he's hitting the cybernetics core. Definitely don't want to only be able to make zealots at a moment like this.
Well, he's got a Dark Shrine that just finished, so
yeah,
I think
that's true.
I feel like he's just going to be all right.
Okay, here we go. Force field comes down again.
Wow, he's just sitting here making sentries instead of a Dark
Yeah,
Templar.
I'm getting kind of confused by this.
You know what? He is probably a little bit confused, too. Maybe he thinks that Roach Speed's about to finish and there's like an Overseer or something, but okay, there's the DT. Zest is figuring this out very quickly
now. We're this right in front of his opponent.
And this is where, very quickly, we are going to see Leenock make some spores at home.
Okay.
There goes the layer. Come on, spores.
Now the Warp Prism's just over here.
Come on,
we need to see these DTs warp in. Here we go.
Okay.
2 warping in right there.
And
again, no detections in sight.
Spores. I'm just so confused, Tasteless.
Yeah, this is killing
me
here.
When a DT warps in and makes you turn around, and you don't make spores.
Well, he's making 1 spore just above the mineral patch, but it's pretty late.
He started, after DT's killed his queen. Like,
yeah,
do
this is
you
a little
think
bit
he
surprising.
just went Dark Shine without a robo?
Well,
like
maybe that's what he thought, but that's not the case this time around.
It's like, maybe he's doing something no one ever does, too. It's like,
It's funny because this is, of course, when you plan this DT rush, you're not ever expecting to have such an old, weird build coming from the Zerg, but it turns out this works just fine against it. Zerg does neglect detection when they do this.
A lot of roaches being made. Now, the one thing that could work out for Leenock is that when you go for this build, the old counter to it that kind of made it fall out for a little bit was mass speed roach. Because you're sitting around with Archons, you don't really have that many Immortals. Obviously, Zest is really focusing on pumping out Immortals right now. That should be where all of his Chronos are being put. Because he knows that really the only thing that can go wrong right now is a big Roach counterattack.
Yeah. I'm so surprised Leenock did this. But, you know, I gotta highlight again what you said earlier, Tosis. This is odd that he's doing this against Zest.
Yeah,
I totally agree 100% that when you pointed out this would probably have been better to use against Trap, right?
Yeah, you really got to look at people's styles. This is like a very important thing that I think is really underlooked a lot of the times by pro gamers, where it's like, okay, if you look at this group, right, the people that you see do timing attacks and very aggressive plays, Zest does the most. Like, you rarely see him hit a very late game PvZ, and when he does not look impressive.
Yeah.
And then Hero would be second, and then Trap actually shows very good late game PvZ. So I look at this and see all these aggressive moves, and like he won a game, and now it looks like he's going to go lose 2 right in a row, right? But I mean, this doesn't. I don't think that this was good planning for this particular match.
Archon drop coming in here now, takes out that first queen. Drones are being evacuated. Zest targeting down that Overlord. We might have another warp in a second here. Great juggling here with these Archons. I'm actually surprised he's not warping in with this. Okay, I guess he's going to let the Archons do as much damage as they can until they've run out of energy. Then he pulls out and leaves. I guess Zest is saying at that moment, okay, I've got enough. One clean push should close it out. He gets a third base, secures that, and says, all right, let's put the pressure on.
100% Leenock's dead. I like that he's going into Infestation Pit. That's a good call, but he's dead here. He cannot hold this. 0%.
Oh my god. Well, a nice Biles there, but it's not going to matter. Yeah. There's just too much over here.
If you put 2 Immortals into the Prism and put the sentries under it and those Biles hit, I think probably he still wins.
Yeah. Okay, there it is. GG.
Okay.
That was a really short series. Let me check my phone. What time is that?
That was a quick one.
7:05. We opened up the entire show, intro video, and did 3 games, and we were done in 35 minutes. It's crazy.
I'm even more interested to see how Leenock plays in his next series, because like I think that the 3 builds he planned were really great builds to bring into today.
Yeah.
And I know I'm beating a dead horse, but not against Zest. As against Zest, I feel like if he just tries to defend timings, then you're going to be in a good place, because right now Leenock's late game looks considerably better than Zest in this matchup, I think. But I guess we saw some quick ZVPs out there.
We're taking a short break. When we come back, Trap versus Hero in tonight's GSL Code S. Stick around.
Tell me where you wanna go.